Hey folks, welcome to Deer Corner. Glad to see you back. Getting ready to head out. I'd like to get some seed in a food plot this afternoon. But mainly I'm wanting to get out and get my game cameras up. June, July, August. I like to get my game cameras up this time of year. I'd like to see what my does are doing and what fawns I have this year, what kind of herd I got going on. And this is the time of year to do that. Now a doe won't usually change its routine all year. A doe, once you get on their routine, how they're feeding, where they're moving, where they're bedding down, that routine pretty much stays the same all year long as they got food, something to feed on, something to browse on. They'll stay in that routine all year long. So that's what I'm looking for. I'm looking at my does and looking what their routine is, if it's changed over from last year to this year. And getting the game cameras up, that gives me a very good idea what their routine is, and it gives me a good idea on my herd, what kind of herd I have in the area. And right now, the does, most of your deer right now, are moving at night. When the temperature gets up 70-ish and warmer, they start moving early evening through the night and early mornings. But when that sun comes out and it starts warming up, they'll bed down. They don't need to feed all day long because they don't need to be burning energy at all. And there's plenty out here for them to feed on. So you're going to find them bedded down into the wooded areas, along fence rows, in the shade, to where they're cooler. You got to remember they're wearing a fur coat. So your cameras this time of year, you're going to start getting a whole lot of night shots of deer. A lot of them. Maybe none during the day, but at night you're going to get a lot of them. So when you're doing that and you're seeing a lot of them, don't say your deer went nocturnal. No, it's this time of year they are nocturnal. They're staying cool. Now your bucks, on the other hand, that is something that really isn't mentioned a whole lot, but I'll bring it on and bring it up, is you got your game camera out this time of year and you're seeing bucks, really nice bucks. They're developing good. Nice bucks in velvet. Does not mean put a deer stand where you're getting your shots at this time of year. This time of year, don't plan on putting a stand in that area to hunt that buck. And the reason being is right now their antlers are developing. They're in velvet. They're maturing. They're growing. They're also very touchy. And if you have noticed or shot a deer the previous years and it had a broken tine on it, the first thing hits your mind is, oh, they were spawing, pushing, oh, they broke it off on a branch rubbing. No, this time of year, a buck will break his antler. He will break a tine off very easy by snagging it up on a branch. It can easily be broke off. So this time of year, your bucks are in areas, open oak tree areas, along fence rows. Anywhere there's shade, they can feed and they stay cool. They are not down deep into the brushy areas right now, so they don't get their antlers caught up, snagged up, and broke off, because they are tender. But in the August, September part, when they start losing their velvet, and their antlers start hardening, then they will start rubbing on trees and start moving into the thicker areas. Your bucks will change its routine twice a year. Development of their antlers and then the hardening of their antlers. And once their antlers harden, then they can start scraping and get some rubs in, more scrapes and rubs, and they'll get into the thicker area. And then that's where you have your cameras up to find where they went, where they moved, their routine. before hunting season. So I'm just bringing this along and why I use game cameras. I don't use them to track the bucks in the summer. I wait until early fall, late summer to get and see where my bucks move to, because they will move. Your bucks will move from where they are right now to hunting season. And that's what I use my game cameras for, mainly for my does. And one thing I always said, you find your does, and the routine of your does, you will find your bucks. Without does, you won't have bucks. So, and that's a fact. Why would a buck be around if you don't have a doe? So, I'm glad you're with me. And go ahead and subscribe. And like I always say, if you're in the woods, be safe. Rather be safe than sorry. And I'll catch you next time.